Hello, Ravens fan. We have some news that deserves your attention. Receiver Deontay Johnson, who recently joined the team, seems dissatisfied with his role in the offense and even posted a cryptic message on social media. Since his debut, he's had few opportunities to showcase his talent, which could not only affect the Ravens' performance but also his future with the team. With the possibility of becoming a free agent soon, Johnson might be considering other options if his situation doesn't change. Stick with me to understand how this issue could impact our team and what to expect from the next decisions involving Johnson. Go Ravens! When the Ravens decided to bring Deontay Johnson from the Panthers, we were all excited. Just imagine a receiver with that talent and experience joining an already powerful offense. But in the early games, things didn't go exactly as we expected. Against the Bengals, he was targeted only twice and finished with 1 reception for 6 yards. For a player with his ability, it seems like there was a lack of opportunity for him to truly show what he can do. The thing is, for a player to adapt, he needs to feel like he's part of the game plan. And so far, Johnson hasn't had much space for that. Even though he showed solid numbers and consistency during his time with the Panthers, with the Ravens, he still seems out of sync with the offense. Maybe it's a matter of adjustment and chemistry, but to those watching, there's this sense that he could deliver so much more if he was given a little more attention and confidence on the field. With these quieter early weeks, it's natural for some doubts to arise and for him to question his role on the team. And if he's not satisfied, he might consider exploring new alternatives. This brings us to the next point, the cryptic message he posted on social media and what it could mean for his future with the Ravens. After the win against the Bengals, Johnson went to Twitter and posted a message that left everyone curious. There are always 2 sides to every story. A statement like this makes us think he might not be fully satisfied with his role here with the Ravens. Imagine being on a new team but feeling like you're not being utilized the way you should. A statement like this, coming from a player who's new and still trying to find his place, could be a sign that something is bothering him within the team. Of course, a single social media post doesn't define anyone's future, but when an athlete posts something like this, it seems there's more behind it. The lack of opportunities could be affecting Johnson's confidence, especially knowing he has the potential to be an important target in the offense. If he continues with limited opportunities, it could lead to more dissatisfaction, maybe even making him consider seeking another team. As a fan, this makes us wonder, are the Ravens making the most of Johnson? Johnson knows that the time to decide his future is approaching, and with free agency coming up, he'll want to choose a place where he can truly make a difference. If he continues to feel underutilized, other teams could be a tempting option, as he's looking for a more prominent role on the field. And you, fan, do you think Johnson has reasons to be dissatisfied with the team? Drop a comment if you believe he deserves more opportunities in the offense. Let's discuss this in the comments. But before thinking about future possibilities, let's understand how his contract situation influences these decisions. Johnson's contract with the Ravens is something that could have a big impact on his decision to stay or leave. As he's in the final year of his contract and will be a free agent next season, Johnson will have the freedom to explore other options. This means that if he feels his role in the Ravens' offense isn't what he expected, he might decide to go to a new destination where his potential is more appreciated. The possibility of Johnson testing the market not only gives him more choices, but also puts pressure on the Ravens. If the team wants to keep him, they may need to make sure he feels like a key part of the offense, with more opportunities to make an impact. Additionally, other teams may offer longer contracts and even the chance to take on a more central role, something every player looks for in their career. Johnson knows that if the Ravens don't meet his expectations, he could get tempting offers from other teams in the AFC and beyond. Knowing this, the Baltimore team will need to act if they want to keep the player beyond this season. If the Ravens don't do this, the chance of seeing him with another franchise increases. And considering the team's struggles to use Johnson so far, it's likely he will start seriously thinking about exploring these options. This brings us to an interesting question. If he really leaves the Ravens, which teams would be willing to invest in him for next season? Well, we're past the halfway point of the video, but I noticed you haven't liked the video yet. It's really important for YouTube to keep promoting my content to you, and that way I'll keep bringing it to you. So go ahead and hit the like button, It's free, right? Thanks. Now let's continue. According to an article by Bleacher Report, two teams are being mentioned as possible destinations for Deontay Johnson if he decides to leave Baltimore: the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. Both teams have a significant need to strengthen their receiving options. With the Raiders' offense heavily relying on Davante Adams and the Chargers lacking a proven receiver to complement Keenan Allen, Johnson could be exactly what these teams need to bolster their receiving core. What makes these teams attractive to Johnson is that they have big needs for a solid receiver. For the Raiders, Johnson would be a great addition to create more options and space in the offense. The Chargers could position him as a third receiver, giving him a chance to grow alongside Quentin Johnston and Ladd McConkey, likely helping balance the passing game. These opportunities could be exactly what he needs to showcase his talent in a different environment. But how would this affect his immediate future? Even though Johnson has expressed his dissatisfaction on social media, he could still give himself a chance to shine with the Ravens if the team starts utilizing him more. Could he find what he's looking for with one of these teams? Let's take a look at Johnson's stats to better understand his impact. Before being traded to the Ravens, Deontay Johnson had a solid performance with the Panthers, with 30 receptions for 357 yards and 3 touchdowns. These numbers show he has the skills to be a productive receiver, and this was reflected in his Pro Bowl career. However, his more recent numbers with the Ravens don't show the same level of production, making it clear the team is still trying to find the best way to utilize him. This performance can directly influence the kind of contract he will get, whether to stay in Baltimore or move to another team. His time with the Panthers made it clear that Johnson is capable of making significant contributions to the offense, but he needs opportunities to stand out. With only 6 snaps played in the loss against the Bengals, it's evident the Ravens haven't yet adjusted the offense to include him more. This could have a major impact on his free agent market because if he doesn't establish himself in Baltimore, other teams could see him as a valuable option to boost their receiving game. Johnson has a lot to offer, but it will be crucial for him to regain his confidence and prove his worth in the remaining weeks. He still has time to turn things around and prove he deserves a long-term contract, whether with the Ravens or another team. But will he be able to reinvent himself and become the key piece the Ravens were hoping for? The next game against the Steelers might be the opportunity he needs to prove his value. So, Ravens fan, what do you think about the situation with Deontay Johnson? Will the team be able to make better use of him and ensure he stays? Or could he end up seeking a new destination? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let me know if you think he could be an important piece for our offense. I'll be keeping an eye on what you think about this. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.